And on that same day in 97, another stand up comedian, Seinfeld, is airing season 9, episode 13, the cartoon. Sally Weaver makes fun of Jerry. George's new girlfriend looks just like Jerry. Kramer takes a vow of silence, and Elaine gets a job drawing cartoons for the New Yorker. Hilarity ensues.
Wild.
So we had girls who look like guys, and now a girl who looks like a guy.
And the last look we get of that girl looking like a guy is insane. So we'll get to that. We're walking down the street, and Jerry's walking with Kramer, but he sees, like, down the street a familiar face. One Sally Weaver, who is this woman, Steve? What's her name?
Kathy Griffin.
That's it. Cameo by Kathy Griffin, playing basically herself. Let's be honest with you.
Pretty much.
He's like, oh, for Christ's sake, I don't want to talk to this woman. It's one of those like ugly Jason situations where he's just like, I don't know, we got to figure this out. And Kramer's like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong with this chick? So I guess she's just a bad actress, always asking him to go to like weird contemporary acting, like theater stuff. And she just can't cut it. You just wish she would stop.
And she's Susan Ross's old roommate. And Susan Ross is the fiance that died, George's fiance that died. So George and Jerry, they just want to move away from that whole story and like anything associated with it. So that adds to it. And then Sally, she sees them and approaches like, hey, Jerry, are you not accepting my invites to my show? And then Kramer, with no filter, he's like, I think you need to give it up.
What? And then he just throws Jerry on. He's like, no, because Jerry said that. And I got to be honest with you. Like, if you stink that bad, like, you should just give it up. So Kramer, he tells it like it is.
All right, now let's grab us a booth. And then he walks off, and it's just Jerry and Sally being awkward. Like, oh, so Susan's dead.
So then we cut into the restaurant. Kramer's kind of just like explaining himself. He's like, I think she's happy. You know, she finally heard the truth. So I've set her free, basically. But Jerry's like, you can't be telling people that. You can't tell them things like that. It'll upset them. It makes me look bad. What the hell?
Well, I guess I don't need to be here. I'll just grab a bite at your place. Yeah, dude.
This is a nightmare, dude. Elaine, she's got this New Yorker cartoon, and she's like, you're a comedian. Do you understand this? I don't get this. And I got to be honest with you, Steve. This is a complaint I have about New Yorker cartoons. I'm not smart enough. I never understand them. I don't get it.
Or they're just not funny. There's always that. Don't try to, don't pee on our leg until it's raining. Sometimes you don't hit your mark.
At least a Playboy cartoon, it will be a bad cartoon, but there'll be like an animated titty on it or something. Like they give you something to look at.
Something. A stenciled nipple.
Yeah, dude. Even Jerry's like, I don't know. I'm a comedian. I don't get it. George shows up and he's like, ah, that's great. That's awesome. She's like, wait, explain what's awesome about it. He's like, I was lying. I don't get it.
Yeah. He was like, and then Elaine's like, hey, we're two intelligent people. And George's like, all right, whatever. It's like, I enjoyed reading your email. And then George is like, look at the number on the corner. That's the page number.
Oh. So nobody gets it. George is like, seems a little off too. And he's like, look, man, my new lady's here, Janet. She's about to show up. So you guys are going to meet her. She shows up. She's very nice. She's like, nice to meet you guys. I've heard a lot about you. He's like, we don't got enough time to go get stuff at the grocery store, which I respect to George. I mean, I think everybody does this. Don't buy the snacks at the movie theater. He takes whatever that was, Steve. Maybe they got some Skittles up front. I don't know.
That's some candy.
Some. Elaine just says to Jerry, like, yeah, she looks exactly like you. And Jerry, I'd feel kind of shitty too, honestly. I'd feel a little insulted.
Yeah, I hope I never come across a lady that looks like me. That should not be a thing.
Please.
Please don't exist.
I want to see that monstrosities. Too long. What the fuck?
And we find out Sally called. She's quitting the biz. You ruined her life. No, you ruined her life.
You told her. You said it. Jerry can't have that. He's like, I can't be the reason she stops. She should stop because she sucks.
And she turns to the
So
porn industry.
yeah, that's the logical cycle of Hollywood. You get in, you get eaten up, you get popped out from porn. And that's just how it's got to go, Steve. You don't just stop because somebody tells you suck. Then you suck.
It's the circle of Hollywood.
It's
Hey,
just how it goes.
you know, I always thought you looked like Lena Horne.
Uh,
George, he shows up with Janet and Kramer with no filter. I think you look just like Jerry. And this is eerie. You look like twins. George is like, no, she doesn't. Janet says, you know what? We kind of do look alike. How do you know what you look like?
I love Kramer just immediately telling a woman she looks like a man. That's tough. But Jerry's like, dude, you need to keep your mouth shut. Stop it. You're going to get us killed at some point. And that's just a time bomb waiting to go off in and of itself. So that happens. We cut to the restaurant, and Jerry's actually having a meeting with Sally. Feels terrible. And he's, kind of fluffing her up a bit. And he's like, look, you can't quit. Everybody in Hollywood sucks. No one's good. It's just the way it is. So just keep going. If you keep going, you're going to eventually, bust through that wall. I see it in you, Sally. So he kind of convinces her to keep going, Steve. It's his fault.
Now get out there and
stink it up like everybody else does. Get out there, kid. Hollywood.
Thank you. I'm going to do it. And then she just sits there. No.
Now he's her Obi-Wan, Steve. He's leading her, or, he's just pushing her towards water again. So cut back to Jerry's. Elaine's asked around. She's asked New York at large, do you understand this cartoon? No one. Not even the guy at the library, Steve.
She teases George saying, like, hey, I like Janet. She's nice. She's quiet. She's a handsome woman.
So she just drops that bomb and just leaves. So now George is like, he's just thinking about it. Tensions are rising in the apartment, Steve. It's getting a little bit weird. And it's making it so it's just kind of awkward between George and Jerry now. They just can't be alone together.
George's like, Elaine, right? You don't think Janet... No. I mean, neither of us... I'm not gay. And then they go get Kramer. And so Kramer, I think he makes it even more weird, and to the point where George leaves. And Jerry's getting pissed off. It's like, dude, what the hell is up with you? And Kramer's like, you know what? I've been shooting off at the mouth. That girl whose life you ruined, and then the lady, Jerry. I'm never going to talk again. George has a Jerry girlfriend. I'm not going to tell people that.
I'm not going to tell people that you look like a penis with a weird haircut. That's just never going to come out of my mouth again. That's my promise. Yep. And Jerry's like, look, man, there's no way. There's no way you, Kramer K. Kramer, or whatever your name, Cosmo Kramer, there's no way. Kramer's sure of it, though, Steve.
Most communication is nonverbal anyways. See, watch this. And he does his little Kramerisms. Now we cut to the New Yorker and a familiar face, Bentley from the Jeffersons. He is, I guess, the head editor or executive of the New Yorker. He's talking to Elaine about this cartoon. She shows him the cartoon and she's like, why is this funny? Why are animals reading an email funny?
It's merely a commentary, Elaine. It's nothing more than that.
It's a slice of life. Nah. A pun. No. Volstein. It's not even a word.
Whimsadoodles.
Why did you print it? I like the kitty.
He basically admits no one at the New Yorker knows what it means. It's really, she's uncovered a scam, Steve. Some kind of weird scam that I don't understand. It's not making anybody any money, but she really dresses this guy down. as she's going off on him, I think the guy's like, you know what? I like your opinions.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's an attempt to save his reputation, just kind of hide this, or if he's really into Elaine in that way and just is like, you know what the New Yorker needs? A little bit more Elaine Bettis.
The world needs a little bit more Elaine Bettis.
Mhm.
Hey. And Sally's talking to Jerry now. She tells him, "You really inspired me." Kramer shows up not talking.
Yeah. But Sally's started a one woman show, Steve. Very quickly, really. She got this advice. She's got the place set up. She's doing a one woman show. Turns out the show isn't really some sort of fiction as much as a recounting of Jerry and Sally's little interaction recently. And Sally's going full on Jerry, and she's calling him the devil, Steve.
Oh, it's about me. Well, it's about me and this guy, Jerry Seinfeld, who I'd like to call the devil. Hey, Sally. Well, I'm talking as him. So you got to imagine me with horns, a pitchfork, a tail, and hooves for feet.
Kramer's stricken to a vow of silence, Steve, but once Sally really starts getting personal with it, he can't even help himself. He starts laughing. He's snickering. You can hear it.
Sold out
Jerry
for 3
Seinfeld,
weeks.
I mean, I'd go see this, Steve. Jerry Seinfeld's the devil?
Yeah.
Put me on that Broadway show immediately. Give me that playbill, Steve. That's all the theater terminology I know. Take me to intermission, Steve. That's it. That's really it.
Elaine, she's with the New Yorker. Jerry's like, but you don't know how to draw. Oh yeah, your sad horses, or the sun with the smiley face, or how about the house with the smoke coming out the chimney? How about that one on the
What
corner
about
of the
that
paper?
clear cube?
Yeah.
Everything that I used to draw as a kid, that's messed up, Jerry. That's
Yeah.
messed up.
Only thing it was missing was Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. And Razor Ramon. I could definitely draw that Razor Ramon hair back in the day. But that's all it takes, Steve. Some good opinions, one idea for a cartoon, you're hired. That's all it takes. And you have to be in New York, apparently.
Jerry's talking to Sally again, and she asks, "Do you hate me, Jerry?" It's like, "Do you have to keep saying that I'm the devil?" But that's the title. I workshopped some other stuff, but that was a snooze fest. And then Newman shows up, and he wants an autograph. He's been to the show 6 times.
It's nice to see somebody making something about something that matters.
And I love the little dig because he's like, "It's good to see a show about something."
She was on the rocks. She was a little like off her game, and now she's fully like Hollywood scum, where she's like, "Well, I guess I'll tinker with the language and see what I can do."
Yeah.
It's like, shut up, Sally.
That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes.
But now we're at George's, and he's watching his new girl, Janet, Femme Jerry, as some call her, putting on some makeup. Steve, he's talking to himself, and he's like, "Doesn't look like Jerry. You're all wrong. She's beautiful. Look at her."
So what if she looks like Jerry? I mean, I don't know, like she's my best friend, like, and because she looks like her, like, so it's fun because I can just have sex with her, and maybe that is the case. Maybe
Maybe do I want to have sex with my best friend? And then he's like, all right, fuck, I don't want to think about that. And then it doesn't help anything because Janet's doing her makeup. She snaps him out of it. And she's like, you know what? I actually kind of do look like that Jerry guy.
I know.
George's dick is shrinking deeper and deeper into his fupa. So that's not helping anything. Then we cut to Jerry's, and Jerry's watching TV with Kramer. And we see a commercial now, Steve. She's made it to the TV.
She's got her own special. I never even had my own special.
That one woman show, Jerry Seinfeld's The Devil 2.0, apparently, is on some cable channel. Not only is it, the hits that he saw, she's added to it. And it's that conversation they had at the diner.
He's pawing at my sweater, said I'm a schmutzpah, and this is what he looks like when he's eating.
This is Jerry. She's Def Comedy jamming Jerry Seinfeld. And again, this is the one thing I would want to watch this woman actually do. I keep forgetting her name, but yes.
Griffin.
Kathy Griffin. Elaine comes in, And she's got her first New Yorker cartoon, Steve, hot off the presses, and she's pretty impressed with herself.
She stayed out all night and she looks like trash. Because even Jerry's like, if I stayed up all night, I'd fix myself before I go out.
Yeah, you had time. But she didn't, Steve, because she's been caught in the lab making genius all night and came out with this banger, which is just a pig at a window, I think, or at like some kind of counter saying he wish it was taller.
Yeah.
And
What,
it's not hitting the way that other one did.
what if it said, I can't find my receipt. My place is a sty. Why must you always be so jokey? I'm a comedian.
But regardless of the quality, it turns out that's coming out next week. That's it. It's locked in. Kramer had a note, though, that the pig should say, "My wife's a slut," which I agree. I think he wrote it on a piece of paper. That's the most funniest thing Kramer ever did. But Jerry, he's not even thinking about the cartoon. You know, shout out to Elaine. She's trying to get her comeuppance in the comedy world, but he's still stuck on the Sally thing. He's never gotten a special. She's got a special. It's all about how bad he is. So he calls Sally up. He doesn't get her. He decides to leave a very opinionated voice message for her and just really kind of lay down the law a little bit, you know, which is a mistake, but
Because we cut to Sally and she's doing her one woman show again, and she's playing that recording on a phone that's looking like a Jerry Devil phone. And everyone is cracking up. Jerry finds that out by watching her on TV, and he's like, "What the boy?"
this Jerry, she's just going crazy on him, Steve.
I got two words for you, Jerry Seinfeld. Fuck you. He's like, how is she able to cuss on cable TV?
She got in an F-bomb! So now we cut to Elaine's office, and she's showing off this cartoon. You know, basically anybody will see it. And she's talking to like what I'm assuming is some kind of young intern or some guy that works at the office, and he's like, she's like, "Isn't this awesome?" And he doesn't say no, but he's like, "All right." What? Jay Peterman loves it though. He sees it, he starts laughing. He's like, "This is great," in that Jay Peterman voice. Ah, hey.
And then her coworker just walks away. You shouldn't make fun of pigs. And Peterman comes back though. He's like, I recognize this. It's a Ziggy cartoon. Some charlatan has bitten off a Ziggy and passed it off as his own.
Oh, Ziggy. That's real intelligent commentary, Steve. And I think we all know that. But then we cut to George, dinner, Janet, no romance. And George is just trying to talk about anything that's not Jerry or Jerry looking related. He's like, whatever. Please.
It's not about looks. I remember you when we met. I remember when you said I was the prettiest girl at the party. And I remember you asking for gum because your breath smelled like hummus.
That's it. Yeah, gum. That's the thing. It's not you looking like Jerry and me when you have sex with Jerry, because that would be weird.
We both like gum.
Yeah. Anything else would be weird. So he's really spiraling at this point, as George does. We've seen it 1,000 times. And then we cut to the diner, and Kramer's just having himself a silent, peaceful shake. Nice milkshake at a diner, Steve. I love it. We all do. But then Sally comes in. I mean, she's a mile a minute.
A mile a minute.
And Kramer, that silence valve's getting real tested because she won't stop. Jerry, this freaking blah, 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 blah. I'm Kathy Griffin. Blah, 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 blah. He can't handle it, Steve. What happens?
You gotta shut up. I haven't spoken in days.
He's an honest man, I guess. But then there's the racist stuff. So we got to just overlook that part of it. But George, it's still weird. Janet's getting ready for bed.
She got gum in her hair. She's talking to George off camera, off screen. He's just kind of deliberating, just going through everything that's been happening up to this point. And eventually she comes out. She's got the same Jerry do.
She had to cut her hair, Steve. There was apparently a lot of gum that got stuck in there. She's got the Jerry Supercuts package, Steve. It's right on, and it's alarming at this point. It seems like if he were to have sex with her, that he's asked for her to look like Jerry almost. It's weird.
And George just runs out. We cut back to Elaine and Jerry. Jerry is surprised that Elaine even knows about Ziggy. Like, how do you know about Ziggy? Well, she's like, it must have seeped through my subconscious. Putty has Ziggy bed sheets.
That's great. And I like that Ziggy even threw her a jab in their cartoon saying that the New Yorker was ripping them off. So the Ziggy team threw a nice subtle, well, it wasn't even subtle, right across the face, Steve. This is beef in the cartoon world.
Wow. We cut back to Sally's cable show, and Jerry broke off all contact with the lady. So now he's like, man, I'm in the clear. I'll never have to hear my name come out of her mouth. Now, Sally, she's like, well, back to Jerry. He makes all of his best friends date people who look like him.
What the hell? So it's clear Kramer broke that silence, Steve, and Jerry's pissed. And rightfully so. I mean, there's a lot going on here. Friendships are getting tested. Sally's going nuclear on him. Jerry sits down when he pees.
I thought you stopped talking. Well, it starts now.
Yeah, that's convenient. Episode over, but there's always a credit sequence, and it's George and Jerry hanging out. Janet's out of the picture. So George is kind of talking about the breakup. I mean, he's like, look, man, we're never going to talk about this. Like, this is going under the rug and staying under the rug.
I like how they say it without saying it, because like that, like, yeah, like, so you, yeah. So you want to go see a movie? I'm going to take a few days off.